Hi everyone. I wanted to come on here and just tell you about something that I experienced just recently and thought that maybe some of you could relate and this would be helpful for you. One of the things that I always seem to struggle with is relates to the story of Mary and Martha in the Bible. So many times I have caught myself saying, and I actually just said it even recently on a sisterhood recording that we did, how I wish God would make me more of a Mary because I feel like such a Martha all the time. And I was just kind of pondering on that the other day, and I'm sure many of you could relate to that. We almost kind of consider Martha a person in the Bible like who got rebuked or almost put down by Jesus. However, obviously we know Jesus and that's not his heart. But sometimes when we read it, we kind of think like, oof, she was just told off for what she said. So let me just read you the story so you kind of know where I'm coming from and then how this relates to what I feel the Lord just shared with me the other day. In Luke 10:38 through 41, he says, as Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. So in that story, Mary was laying at Jesus's feet, just listening to him, and Martha was doing all the work. And I know for me, as my personality is to really be hands-on with things, God has gifted me to be, at least what people say to me and what I believe to be, a visionary and a logistical person at once, meaning that I can dream big dreams, but I also have the ability to break it down and put together the pieces to make those dreams happen. And being a person like that, it causes me to be really involved and hands-on everything and super busy, moving quickly. I think really fast. So because of that, sometimes I kind of see myself as Martha and not really Mary. But the other day I was jogging just because it had been, during this COVID, we've been dealing with so many things in regards to our business specifically and the frustration and just dealing with all of that. I said, let me just go running because I remembered that that's something that helps to calm me down and kind of get me back on track. So as I was running, I was talking to the Lord and I just said, Father, make me more of a Mary. I need you to just help me. And I said, one of the other things I just said to him, this is all a discussion with him, is that I know that you've made me the way that I am, but I feel like at times maybe it's not enough because I need to learn to just lay at your feet. And in my mind, that meant stopping. In my mind, that meant just as Mary was doing, just sitting there. And in my mind and how he was saying it to Martha, I thought that's kind of what he was meaning, like you just stop. But the Lord's response to me was, as I was running, he said, what are you doing right now? And I said, I'm running. And he said, and what are you doing while you're running? And I said, I'm speaking to you. And he said, you're just like Martha in that you're running, but as Mary, you're still in communion with me. And that's what I ask of you. Learn to put Mary in your Martha. And when he said that, it just like was so liberating. And I thought, I never thought of it that way. And I don't know if you guys have, where we always seem to separate the two people, separate those two people within us. And as he said that to me, I realized, it's possible to have characteristics like Martha, but yet to still communicate with Jesus and still be at his feet when we need to. And how many times do I do that in the midst of my day, just asking him, Father, what step do I take next, or what do I do next? So I just wanted to share that with you because sometimes we get caught up in being or having to be a certain way, and yet God is so faithful that he just lets us know, no, I've created you the way you are for my purpose. But in that purpose, don't forget that I'm still number one, and I'm still the one in control, and I'm the one that you still have to come to. And when we put that in perspective, obviously those things come a lot easier for us, and we're able to walk out what he's called us to with peace instead of the worry and frustration that Martha exhibited when she was telling him, God, I need help. So I just want to encourage you today to just not get stuck in who you are, because God made you who you are, but actually look at in who you are. How do you communicate with God? How do you commune with God? Look at how your relationship with God is and do what you can in the midst of who you are. Just increase your spiritual walk with him. So I hope that's encouraging, and that just helps some of you out there who may have had the same thoughts I did. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.